right, y'all, welcome back to Final Boss Auto Hub. And I really want to have this conversation about what's going on in the auto world. Lexus, if you've been following, is making some crazy rumblings right now. And I want to talk about the concept that they're releasing. But before we get into that, I want to give you some more backstory about that, right? So, who's heard of the LFA? And I'm sure most of you pretty much heard of that car. If you're a real car head, you know what it is. You know it's a legendary car made by Lexus. I'm gonna put it up on the screen somewhere up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about, have a visual about what the car looked like. But this car was developed in the early 2000s and had its model run from 2010 to 2012. When it was released, it was mated to a 4.8 liter V10 engine, which pumped out roughly around 553 horsepower and 354 pounds of torque, which came in at around 6,800 pounds of torque, 6,800 RPM, I should say, excuse me. Now, I know you're probably saying like, Final Boss, that's not all fast. I got a I got a downpipe, I did a tune, an exhaust. My car hella fast. I got a AMG that pumps out 600 horsepower. I got a Trackhawk, a Demon that I tuned. Yeah. Hellcat, what you talking about? This car, bro, this car is fast. It was fast. And it still is fast. And, you know, a supercar and a performance car with those horsepowers hits different. And that's, I'm gonna save that for another video, but it hits different. Either way, for one, this car was hella fast. It shined because of its soundtrack. How should I say? Lexus pretty much took years, right? Not weeks, not months, but years to develop what the exhaust would sound like on this car. They worked with Yamaha, yes, the brand Yamaha, to do this, right? And to be honest, this car sounded like a street legal F1 car. It was a screaming V10 that you can rev out. It just sounded hella good. I'm not gonna put a video of that in this video because I don't want to be copyrighted. But if you go on YouTube and type in Lexus LFA exhaust, there's millions of videos on YouTube with people revving out their LFAs and you hear how it sounds. It just had a crazy distinct soundtrack which separated it from everyone else, right? But this car was fast, it was reliable, unique, and just super expensive. It came in at $375,000, hence why it had that short model run. It's only for exclusive niche folks that can really afford it. But it was a great car. It showed Lexus still had that engineering prowess, I should say. To, if they really want to and they're motivated, they can get into the lab and just really create a monster of a car that's unique, that we never seen before, right? But now, after 12 years without a true hella car, Lexus is finally ready in a successor to the LFA, and it's called the LFR. This new model pretty much arrived at a time when Lexus is like, how can I say, paring down their sports side of its lineup. Like the production of the RCF coupe ends in 2025. The hybrid LC500H has already given the axe, and the LC500 and what is it? What's the other car? The IS500 F Sport Performance are both endangered. Nobody knows if they're gonna do more model years of this car, re-innovate it, re-release it. It's just in limbo. My opinion, if I was Lexus, I will not stop making those cars. People want sporty cars. You guys have the ability to do so. Do it. You know, like Toyota, besides the Supra, does not have any other sporty car. So if Lexus is smart, I would keep making these cars. Now, keep moving, right? Toyota and Lexus benchmarked the old AMG GTR while they was developing the new LFR. And they liked the GTR from AMG because it's one of the best front engine performance cars developed in the recent years, I should say. And it also used like a front mounted V8 with a rear transaxle layout. And that's what they wanted to do with the new LFR. So they brought that car and pretty much tested the hell out of it and see what made it go and what made it unique, right? So from what I'm hearing, this car is rumored to have a front engine rear drive with a hybrid twin turbo V8 and likely a rear transaxle gearbox, right? I mean, it's sounding good already. If you look at it, the car looks amazing. Like it looks like a cross between a Koenigsegg and some sort of other hypercar. Like it looks fire. And you looking at the front, you can see that it's, although it has a futuristic feel, it has Lexus on it. You can still see the Lexus. You can see the old remnants of the LFA. And if I could put both cars up on the screen, I'll do so. You'll see both of them, what I'm saying. But you can see that they took the LFA and just brought it 10 years ahead of time, make it more futuristic, make it more modern. And not only that it looks like a hypercar, it just still has the feel of a Lexus. Like the rear looks different, looks more futuristic. I'm loving the side hunches. Like you can see that it's almost like a wide body type of car, and it's gonna sit low and be kind of wide. I think this concept car is probably one of the best looking concept cars I've seen in a long time. And most concept cars to me, they try to have this the Jetsons kind of look. I don't know if you remember those cartoons, but it just doesn't always look good. But this one works. This looks sleek. Like if I had the money and I'm pulling up to a meet, you can keep your M's, your AMGs, you can keep your Konas. This car looks fire. Like it's amazing. I'm not even gonna lie. It looks great. But enough of me rambling. Like let's get into my opinion. Let's cut the lights on, right? Like I think this car is fire, as long as it stays as a hybrid or turbo engine. I feel like if they go full EV with this car, it will kill any hype that people have for this car. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to make a full EV version and like a hybrid turbo version, why not? Best of both worlds. If somebody just want a full out electric car, why not? But if somebody wants something that's gas and want to be unique, but still save some how can I say, fuel consumption, the hybrid turbo V8 should be there as well, right? Now, with that being said, I wanted to get into this a little bit. I think people forget how innovative like Lexus was back in the 90s, especially when they had the JDM wars. You had the NXX, you had the Acura Legend, you have the Nissan Maximus. You had, like, it was just different cars coming out during this Halo time that was made to push the envelope, right? And Lexus was right there. Like, have you seen the SC? Like, if I'm gonna see if I could find the old 90s SC and put it up on the screen. That car was crazy. But with that being said, you see why people wanted Lexus to bring back their sport cars and be more focused and make sure they're developing sporty cars that people really want. They were innovative. They always had their own taste. They always pushed to be different in some sort of case. And you can see it here with the new LFR concept. This car is going to be way different from the first LFA. It's going to be way different from the AMG, GTRs, and any other Porsche or cars that will be in this class. Like, you will stand out if you pull up in this car, if you can afford it. And unfortunately, with that being said, most of us average folks won't be able to afford this car. Only time we'll be able to experience it, if somebody brings it to a car meet, we go to the Lexus dealership if they have one on the floor, or we just hit the lotto someday, But the good thing is the only way we will experience it is, since this will be the Halo car, a lot of the tech and styling cues, or design cues, I should say, will be passed down to the other cars in the lineup. So you'll have something that looks similar to it, or have some of its tech, or even perform more sporty. But that's the only way we'll be able to really experience it for the most common folk, right? But, just to end this off, I do think this is a great idea. I think this is an awesome looking car. I think it's very attractive. I think it will be different if you got it. It'll show that you have some taste and you are not afraid to be different. And Lexus definitely does that when they're ready, So thanks for tuning in. I have more videos coming. As you can see, my background is empty. We're moving. So I have way more videos coming, and we're going to be even more consistent. So thank you for tuning in. Final Boss Auto Hub out.